Well, good morning, Interbet fans, and welcome to the preview for the Scottsville race meeting. We're Sunday, the 14th of August, and we have a 9-race program. Very competitive, very good racing. Lots of odds-on shots that look like they've got big chances, but interesting to see how it turns out. And I found a few here that you should have a close look at. So the first race is off at 11:55, 5 to 12. It's a 1,200-meter maiden plate. The going. 23 pentometers, 7.5 false rail. Should be an excellent race meeting. And let's kick off with this first. Well, there's an odds-on favourite here, Imposing, and it ran in 2 group races. The last 2 starts ran very well in both of them too. And the time in the gold medallion was a very good time indeed. So expect him to be extremely hard to beat, Imposing, the 3-year-old Visionaire gelding. But don't ignore the first-timers and wait until they canter to the start before you have your bet. Director's Cut, beautifully bred, number 12, as is Imperial Order. They give me the green light. They both give me the green lights, these two. Hunter's Arrow didn't run a bad first race, and Halabros might improve with another day in Africa that might improve as well. And Last Survivor. So a number of horses here that could be big improvers, and I'm not doing anything until I see them canter down. Race 2, maiden plate, 1,200 meters, and the hot favorite here is See It Again. Very good time as well. If you look at Imposing's time and you look at this horse's time, there's very little between them. And as a result, if Imposing wins the first, be very cognizant of that. Lazy Guy run a couple of good races, but time not quite as good as See It Again, and See It Again's got a lot more room for improvement. What of the rest of them? I think Red Magician didn't run a bad race. The interesting thing is Serena Moodley jumped off this and rides a Mike Miller runner aerial display. Have a close look at that cantering down. Cherokee Trail, very good first run as well at 33 to 1. Could be an improver. And Global Dollar. This one with the Miller stable gets a 2.5 claim. So interesting second race too. Third race, maiden plate, 2,400 meters. Your favorite here is Blazing Light. No value in this horse. He had 12 runs for 7 places. He gets a tongue tie, which might make all the difference to him, but it's not as easy as that. Osceola, number 6, will improve over the 2,400 meters, and Calvin and Gorbel gets a chance. But interesting that Gareth Wright is not riding the horse. You'd think that he'd be back on him. So Monsieur Cheval is your second favorite, and Matsuyama rides us for Matchett. Got to have a chance, been running pretty well, and seems to go well over this trip out of a Silvano mare. But I believe the horse they've all got to beat, number 2, Take to War. Third run after arrest, Serena Moodley aboard, will go really well here. Bell's First Wave, front runner, might get away from them. Race 4, maiden plate, fillies and mares. They go 1,400 meters, and the hot favorite here is number 10, Jazabella. Very good first run. Time not quite as quick as some of the others on that Scottsville track. You know, you can always look, they're all pretty much the same on the Scottsville track, and this time wasn't quite as quick as the first 2 races. Favourites times. I think that Berengaria will be a big danger. Borebuurtus suddenly travelling down to Durban with one horse, blinkers on it, Ryan Munger aboard. Lots to like about Berengaria. I think a very big runner. Guten Tag and Coffeeberry might be the each way bet of the race. Race 5. Mary Raiders 66, they go 1,400 meters, tough races. Imitation Game, the Kareem runner, number 5, I think he'll go well. The time before last, course and distance, really good run. That will give him a big chance here. Pedro, the other Kareem runner, gets Keegan DeMello. That's also jockey booking well worth having a look at. Will go well. Quest for the Best got best form, but he's drawn 14, and Van der Merwe's got a big problem from there. Pine View looks like an improver. Call Me Mr. Greenlight and might improve. Charge Down might be better on the turf. The Lund runner, number 7, and Time to Remember. Third run looks like an improver as well. Even the Bayou comes into this race, so it's quite difficult. Lake Como, Calvin Habib on for Doug Campbell, and he'll go well too, so put in as many as possible. Race 6, Merry 75 fillies and mares. They go 1,600 meters. Favorite, Dawn of a New Day, very hard to oppose. Keegan DeMello for the Canamare stable. Looks like the right horse. But at the weights, I'm going with number 2, a little bit naughty. I'm going each way this filly strongly, this mare. She looks absolutely cherry ripe for this race. Van der Merwe gets a plum draw, so that should help him, and I think she'll go very well. She's got a stable companion in here, which is quite interesting. So it's Desert Rose. Course 211 on the course could be a big improver, Desert Rose. Trump My Queen from the Dad's stable, from the Gavin Fitzgerald stable. She's been very disappointing. The blinkers are off. I think she's getting cheap pieces or earmuffs and X, whatever X is. I think it's earmuffs, and that should help her. Bingen Beach, the stable companion, good form. Angel of Justice, one good run behind Southern Cape, so take a look at her. It's quite competitive, but it should be 1 and 2 to fight it out. Race 7, this is a fillies and mares, 1,000 meters, and your favorite here is Pelargonium, and I think 1,000 might be on the sharp side for this filly. Gets Rachel, which is a big plus, and the stable's in really good form, but got a lump 62 kilos. The find of the race got to be One Sweet Symphony. It was very slow last time out. I don't know what happened, but she ran on extremely well. This is second run, which is always a concern, but if she's fit and well, this filly, she's got the best earlier form to be able to win a race like this. Puff of Smoke, 2 good runs, looks like a big improver for the Naidu operation. Beckoning Beauty, course and distance, 4 runs, 2 wins, so she goes well on the turf. Flying the Star, don't ignore her from the Corinne Bestel stable. We know Corinne very much better at Scottsville than anywhere else. 6 runs, 1 win, 4 places. It's a good ride in Ryan Manga. Race 8. The fillies and mares, 68. They got 1,200 meters, and this is quite interesting. Race 2. I'm going with the Badenhorst Kennedy runner, Grew of Ice. Calvin Habib looks like absolutely ready. This filly's come from a 78 down to a 64 merit rating. Hard to beat. Favorite is Casa Rosada. Gets a 4 kilogram claim. That's going to help her. She's only got 50 to run and carry, and has run some pretty good races at Scottsville over this 1,200 meters. But she's been ridden by the same apprentice a couple of times, so no advantage over her current form. Kingsmead Crystal, Winter Journey, both got chances. That's 3 and 4. Race 9, Merry 77, 1,200 meters. I'm going strongly with Bots. I think this is the right horse. 2 good runs, much improved last time with the blinkers. Sean Veal, Dennis Dreyer, hitting a bit of form. Very hard to beat. You're looking for something to beat them? Well, I think you might have to look at Trafalgar Square. Big price horse, 20 to 1. Go well here. And Crested Eagle, if he's anywhere near his best, would go well too. The other one that I do like in the race is Quizmaster, number 4. Much better maybe on the turf. It's got a couple of good, really good form runs for the very informed Kareem stable. So, tough card, very interesting card, but certainly huge opportunities to make some money with some big priced horses. From me, James Goodman. Till tomorrow, have a great day's racing at Scottsville.